Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back to 1949. We got the Pirates against the Giants now, the final game of this three-game series, and the Pirates are over in first place right now with a 13-2 record. Giants at 12-4 right behind them. This is the place to be in the National League so far in this 1949 replay, and Castiglione is on at first base after getting the little base hit. Here comes Ralph Kiner, and he can do a lot of damage here early going. 0-1 the count on Kiner, and there's a strike to him again. It's 0-2, and there's a ball up to him high, 1-2 now the count. There's one foul back, still 1-2, and that's upstairs for a ball 2-2 now. And there's a ground ball over to Kerr at short, and he throws over to Lork trying to make the play. And unfortunately for him, this ball ends up getting loose, and that's going to be an error on Kerr that allows the runner to go over to third. The runner Castiglione, that is. The runner's on first and third now after what is once again another poor play. I mean, you would think naturally if this were like a real play, if this were a real season, that you get a few early season jitters, but now that we're in May, early May, that a lot of those would start going away. And instead, we've seen a lot more errors here in this part of the season than we saw in April. Here's Eddie Bachman who fouls one back, 0-1 the count on him. And that one's up and in, 1-1 now. And there's a strike to him, it's 1-2. And there's one popped up, still 1-2 the count now. Another pop-up, and it's going to be Lork who makes the catch this time, and he makes the catch this time, which is the key. One away, and here's Clyde McCulloch with runners on first and third, one out. And the count to him is 1-1. And there's one below the knees, 2-1 the count now. And there's one into the hole and past Kerr for a base hit, and that'll score one, send Kiner up to second. 1-0 Pirates, and they're early going. Here's Monty Pascal. There's a strike in there to Monty, 0-1, and there's a ball to him, 1-1 now the count, and that's banged up the middle for another base hit, and we're going to have Bobby Thompson throw this one home, and that throw is short. Kiner beats it and scores a run, 2-0 Pirates now. Here's Wally Junitz who takes the ball high, and there's one in the dirt that makes Junitz look bad as he swings it at 1-1 now the count. There's one fouled away, it's 1-2, and there's a bouncing ball up the middle to Kerr, and he feeds Lork, and Lork drops the ball. And he drops the ball in the exchange, and New York gets one. They do get the force out on second base as he picks it up again, presumably. Junich, though, over at first, and there's two away here in the top of the first, and that means that there were two double plays that the Giants missed out on. That was a ground ball over to Kerr, and he flipped that one over to Lork, who makes the play finally for the third out. 2-0 Pirates here in the early going, and here's Vic Lombardi pitching to Willard Marshall, 1-1 the count, 1-2 now, and there's ball two in the dirt, 2-2 is the count. And there's one hit down the line to first, but that's just foul, still 2-2. And there's one that missed, full count now on Marshall, and there's a swing and a miss by Marshall, and that's the first out, a strikeout there for Lombardi. And here is Sid Gordon. Gordon hitting 303, and he hits one deep to left field. Kiner's there for the out, 2 away, and here's Whitey Lockman. And there's one line through the right side by Whitey Lockman for a base hit. And here's Bobby Thompson, a little bit of Elmer Fudd from me there. And there's a ball up there to Thompson. And a little bit of a pop-up over there to the right side, and Johnny Hopp just goes over to that railing, is able to make the catch in that foul pop, and we go to the top of the second inning, 2-0 now Pirates. And there's a strike in there to Hopp, 0-1 the count, and that's fouled away, 0-2 now, and that one's low and outside, 1-2 now the count, and that's in the dirt, 2-2 is the count now on Hopp, and Jansen's fastball's got that good sink, and he strikes out Johnny Hopp, and here's Lombardi who takes a strike. Grounds one over to Lork, and he makes the play this time over to first for the out. Lork having a real hard game, and up next is Castiglione. And the count on him now is 2-0. And there's a strike in there to him. It's 2-1. And a little pop-up over to Mize, and he makes the count. It makes the out, meets the catch for the out. We go to the bottom of the third inning, and Johnny Mize up there then gets a base hit right away up to center field. And that brings up Walker Cooper, who then promptly pops up the first pitch over to Monty Pascal at second base for the first out. Here's Buddy Kerr, runner on first base, 1 out. 2-0 is the count on Kerr. There's a bouncing ball over to short. Castiglione fields it, flips over to Pascal for one, but wasn't hit hard enough for the double play. Kerr just beats it out, and that brings up Jack Lork, who takes the ball. Telling me that Lork has a 4-game hitting streak, like that really matters. I keep thinking that you want to only talk about that if it's been of some significant length. The count now on Lork is 3-1. We'll have him swing away. And there was a strike as Lombardi takes a little bit off of that one, full count. And there's one popped up, back to third. Bachman has it, and we go to the top of the third. 2-0 Pirates, and here's Ralph Kiner again, takes a ball and fouls one off. 1-1 the pitch. And there's one hit high and hard deep into left field, and that is a home run there for Kiner, and that is way deep. 3-0 now Pirates. And there's one hit by Eddie Bachman out to right field, and Marshall is able to actually reach this one for the first out, and it's still 3-0 Pirates. And here is McCulloch, who hits a little ground ball over to Kerr, who drops it but recovers, throws over to first for the out, 2 away. And here's Monty Bascal. And there's a strike in there to Bascal, and then there's another ground ball over to Kerr, throws to first for the out. Much cleaner play on this one. We go to the bottom of the third inning. Larry Jansen hits a little ground ball over to Castiglione, the shortstop, and he's thrown out at first for the first out. Here comes Willard Marshall, who takes a ball, and another ball, 2-0 the count on Marshall. There's one that's fouled back, and it's 2-1. And swing and a miss on that one. That's strike 2. 2-2 the count now. And there's one hit straight over to Junich in center field. He makes the catch 2 away. And here's Sid Gordon. Gordon grounds one foul to the left side past third base and takes the ball. 1-1 the count. There's one in under the hands for a ball. 2-1 now the count. And that's fouled back. It's 2-2. And there's one swung back and driven deep to the wall in right field. Westlake goes back and grabs that one for the out. We go to the top of the fourth inning. Wally Junich up there again takes a strike and fouls one back. 0-2 the count now on Junich, and it's 1-2 as that one missed low. And that one is just low, 2-2. And he fouls one back, still 2-2. Another foul ball. Junich hitting .265, not hitting too bad so far this season. And he hits one straight over to Marshall in right field. He makes the catch for the first out. And here comes Wally Westlake, who takes the ball. 1-0 the count now on Westlake. That's hit hard to right center field. Thompson, the center fielder, will get that one for the out. 2 away now, and here's Johnny Hopp. Hopp takes the slider down and away in the dirt. 1-0 the count, and 2-0 as that one goes right by the feet. And there's one hit deep over to left field, and Whitey Lockman's there for the out. We go to the bottom of the fourth inning, and here is Whitey Lockman, who takes a strike. 0-1 the count, and swings and misses. It's 0-2. There's a little chop over to third base, and Bachman has it. Throws over to first for the out. 1 away. Bobby Thompson now takes a ball high, and then takes one at the knees for a called strike. 1-1 the count. There's one high again. 2-1 is the count on him. Hits one over to left field. Ralph Kiner's there to make the play. 2 outs now, and here is Johnny Mize, who takes the ball. Mize with one of the 2 giant hits in this game. 2-0 the count on him. Now it's 2-1. And there's a little ground ball over to the left side, and Lombardi, the pitcher, is able to go off the mound, grabs that one, throws to first for the easy out. We go to the top of the fifth inning, another one of these fast-moving games, and Vic Lombardi, the pitcher, hits a foul ball to start it off. 0-1 the count on him, and then hits a little ground ball over to Kerr, throws to first for the out. Pete Castiglione now the leadoff hitter for the Pirates, and he hits a little ground ball over to second base, and Lork has it, throws to first for the out. 2 away, and here's Ralph Kiner again. He hit his 8th home run earlier in this one. 2-0 the count now on Kiner. 8 home runs already. 3-0 is now the count on him, and that one finds the zone for a strike. It's 3-1. There's a ground ball over to Gordon at third base, throws to first for the out. We go to the bottom of the fifth. Walker Cooper up there now takes the ball, and another ball. 2-0 the count on Cooper, and 2-1 now as that one's fouled back. And there's a ground ball over to Bachman at third base, throws to first for the out. 1 away, and here is Buddy Kerr. Kerr with an 0-2 count on him quickly after fouling 2 back, and 1-2 now as that one was low on him. And that one's outside, but just too far. 2-2 the count, and that one's off the outside corner, full count. And there's one hit over to right center field. And it's the right fielder, Westlake, who will grab that one for the second out. And here is Jack Lork, who takes a ball. And there's a ground ball over to second base. Pascal's got it, throws to first for the easy out. We go to the top of the sixth. And here's Eddie Bachman. And we were waiting for a second for Buddy Kerr, and before this one started, and Bachman takes a ball there to start things off. A little bit more of that sort of interesting play-by-play that you see every once in a while here in Diamond Mine Baseball, the sort of thing that you don't necessarily see, I think, with any other game where they will have guys randomly out of the dugout late or something's going on. But here's Bachman with the 1-0 count on him, and there's a strike in on him, 1-1, and he fouls one off. It's 1-2. And that's outside. 2-2 is the count. And there's a swing and a miss on Eddie Bachman, and down he goes, 1 away. And here's Clyde McCulloch, who takes the strike. And there's one inside at him. 1-1 the count. 2-1 is that slider is inside and off the plate, and there's one off the plate. 3-1 is the count now, and it's foul back. Full count now on him, and McCulloch ends up striking out, swinging. 3rd strikeout of the game for Larry Jansen. Up there now, Monty Bascal swings and misses, and then takes a ball. 1-1 the count on him. 2-1 now, as that one was inside. And Jansen catches the outside edge there, 2-2, and that one is hit. Next pitch is swung on and line straight to Kerr. The shortstop makes the grab. We go to the bottom of the 6th inning, and here's Larry Jansen. Jansen takes the ball and strike. That one was inside. 1-1 the count, 2-1 now. And that one's rolled right back to the mound. Lombardi grabs it, throws to first for the out, 1 away, and here's Willard Marshall. Count on Marshall's 2-0. That's hit slowly over to Bascal, who makes the play at first base for the second out. And here is Sid Gordon, takes the ball and pops one up, 1-1 the count. And there's a fastball that misses outside. It's 2-1, and that's low and away, 3-1 now the count. That's ripped over to the right side, and Pascal almost had it, and they say no, he didn't. And I'm not certain exactly what happened here. It says that Pascal, he got it, was threw over to first base on his knees, and I'm guessing that it was a ground ball and not a line drive. And it's kind of hard to tell here from the play-by-play. This is one of the first examples of play-by-play I've seen in Diamond Mine where I'm not entirely sure what happened there. One way or another, Gordon's on with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th inning with only the 3rd hit of the game for the Giants. Here's Whitey Lockman, who takes 2 straight balls, 2-0 the count on him. Swinging and missing that one. There's a strike. Another ball. That one's in tie. 3-1 now. There's a ground ball over to Pascal, and he's able to make the play, and it's lost in his glove. And so you have 2 quick fluke hits here on the infield. That brings up Bobby Thompson, who is a potential tying run, 3-0 ball game, and it's been a quiet one. There's a strike in there to the great Scott, and he fouls one off. 0-2 now the count. And he fouls one back, and it's out of play. 0-2, and there's a swing and a miss, strike 3. So much for that, Giants fans. We go to the top of the 7th. Here's Wally Judnich. And Judnich hits a little ground ball over to Mize, the first baseman, does it himself to the bag, 1 away. Wally Westlake now takes a strike and takes another strike right down the pipe. Nice-looking one. And with the 0-2 pitch is inside, fouled back, and there's another one inside, 1-2. Now that one wasn't swung on. There's a ground ball now over to Kerr. He makes the play, throws to first for the out, 2 away, and there's Johnny Hopp, who takes a ball. And another ball. That one's high, 2-0 the count, and that one's low, and it's 3-0. There's a strike to him, 3-1 now. And that's off the end of the bat over to Mize at first base, and he grabs it and takes it to the bag himself, and that's the end of that. We go to the bottom of the 7th inning, and here's Johnny Mize again. 1 for 2 today, one of the very few hits that the Giants have had. 1-1 is the count on him, excuse me. Now it's 1-2 as he swings and misses at that one, and he gets a base hit over there to the left side past Castiglione, and he is the runner at first base now here in the bottom of the 7th. Up comes Walker Cooper, fouls one back and fouls another one back. It's an 0-2 count on him. And he just gets a piece of that one to stay alive, still 0-2. And there's a fastball right low, 1-2 now the count. And that's also low and away, 2-2. And that's off the plate, full count now on Cooper. And there's one hit over to right field. And Judnich, actually, the center fielder, goes back and gets it for the first out. Buddy Kerr now takes a ball. Runner still at first base is Mize, not very fast. 2-0 the count on Kerr. And there's one foul back to the screen. It's 2-1. And there's one fouled off late. 2-2 is now the count. There's a curveball high, and it's a full count on him. And that's another one fouled off. And there's a ground ball to Hop, and he is able to make the play over to Castiglione. And Lombardi needs to go over to first base to cover, and he doesn't. And that's a really poor play there by the pitcher. So I'll tell you, this is another one of these incidents, and we've seen this happen from time to time, where you have a poor play that doesn't show up as an error, but it's a poor play nonetheless, and you have to blame Lombardi for not going over to cover the bag at first base. I wonder what he's doing there, sort of standing there in no man's land. 2 outs now, but it should have been a double play. They could have had it if he had gone over to first. And here is Jack Lork with a runner at first base. 0-2 the count on him, and it's 1-2. Quickly 0-2 count. You can tell the Lombardi's working hard. And there's a throw at first, nothing doing. And there's a strike 3 swing, strikeout number 3 from Lombardi. We go to the top of the 8th inning, still 3-0. Here is Lombardi, who will stay in this game as he takes a strike. And there's a one hopper over to Lork, the second baseman, throws to first for the out. One away is Pete Castiglione. And there's one high to him, 1-0 the count. And that's low and away, 2-0. And there's a little ground ball back to Jansen. He makes a good play on it, throws to first base for the second out. And here is Ralph Kiner. Kiner is 1 for 3 today with a home run, and he hits one over to left field, and that's his second home run of the game. Oh, my goodness, 4-0 now. And that brings up Eddie Bachman here. And how are you going to stop Ralph Kiner? 2-0 now the count on Eddie Bachman, and that's low and inside for a ball. 3-0 now the count, and Jansen misses, and that's the first walk he's given up today. Here comes Clyde McCulloch. Jansen just over 100 pitches, but we're not going to worry too much about that right now. 1-1 is now the count here on the catcher, McCulloch. And there's a swing and a miss by him. 1-2 now the count, and that's out and away, 2-2. And that's off the edge. Full count now on McCulloch, and that one's ripped into the alley in left center field, and that's going to be a triple for the catcher. McCulloch manages to get a triple. It is 5-0, and Jansen is going to pitch to the end of this inning because he's due up first here in the bottom of the 8th. Here's Monty Pascal, who takes a strike and a ball, 1-1 the count, and there's a ground ball over to Kerr, and he throws over to first for the out, and that does that. And here we are in the bottom of the 8th inning. Who do we put in is the question. We could put Livingston in. We probably won't. I think we'll put Bill Rigney in. Rigney's been hitting fairly well so far, and let's see what he can do for us. He hits a little ground ball over to the left side, over to Bachman, who has a bad throw to first base, but Hop is able to go get it, recovers, goes back to the bag, 1 away. Here is Willard Marshall, who takes a strike. And that's off the plate. 1-1 the count now on Marshall, who's still hitting well, 348 so far this season. 2-1 the count. There's a ground ball to Pascal. Marshall able, though, to beat the throw to first base. And now with Sid Gordon up, it's time for some running. And there's a little hit and run ground ball over to Pascal, who has to go to first. And there's 2 away, but runner on second base. And Lockman, first pitch swinging, hits it over to second base. And Pascal makes the play and throws to first for the out. So much for that. We're going to put Tomasic in. It's been a little while since we've seen him. Let's see what he can do. Andy Tomasic, his 3rd outing so far for the Giants. And his first pitch to Junich is away for a ball. And there's a ground ball over to Kerr, who makes the play, throws to first for the out, 1 away. Wally Westlake now. There's a strike in there to Westlake, 0-1 the count, and then a ball to him, 1-1. That misses inside, 2-1 the count now, and that's up and in. And that hits him, and that hits him in the elbow, and that means that Westlake goes to first base, and here comes Johnny Hop. Hop looks at a ball, 1-0 the count on him. That's high, 2-0 now. And he fouled one back. It's 2-1, and that's another one foul back. 2-2 the count now, and that's low. It skipped up there, actually, full count. There's one hit over to third base, and Gordon makes the play, throws to first for the out. Westlake moves up to second, but with 2 outs, and here's Lombardi. Vic Lombardi, the pitcher, takes a ball and then hits one deep to left center field, and the center fielder Thompson's there to go back and get it, and we go to the bottom of the 9th, and here comes Bobby Thompson, who can always do damage, but he can't hit a 5-run homer. And there's a line drive by Thompson over to Castiglione. The shortstop makes the play, 1 away. Here's Johnny Mize. Mize looks at curveball wide, 1-0 the count. And there's a breaking ball low and away. It's 2-0. And there's a ground ball over to Johnny Hop at first base. Makes the play, flips it to Vic Lombardi, who remembered this time to get over to the bag, 2 away. And here's Walker Cooper. And there's a little foul ball as that breaks the bat. 0-1 now the count. 1-1 as that's high and inside. There's a ground ball over to Pascal at second base, and he goes to first base with it, and that's the end of the ball game, and the Pirates win this one 5-0. Kind of a quiet game for the offenses here, other than Ralph Kiner with the 2 home runs. Hope you enjoyed this one. I'll have another one for you tomorrow. Bye.